Hi, I'm John Sarver, and I'm going to talk about two solar systems I have on my a home in East Lansing. Let me share my PowerPoint with you. And like I said, I have a home in East Lansing, Michigan. And well, why solar energy? Well, it's a good investment. It adds value to the home. In Michigan, we don't have an increase in property taxes initially when we invest in a solar system, so that's really good news. Of course, the system has low maintenance, has a long lifespan, and of course, many of us who are putting in solar systems are concerned about the climate emergency that we're in. Um, Everybody's concerned about economics, and the second system I put in was a 2.17 kilowatt system. I paid a little over $3 per watt. So as you can see, the cost was $6,369. You take away the 30% federal tax credit, you have a net cost of $4,458. My energy cost savings every year is about $332. And so we have a simple payback of about 13 years, which is a little long for installations in Michigan now, primarily because the second system didn't have the best orientation. Now I have two rooftop systems. The first one I installed 2010 was a 1.26 kilowatt roof integrated system. And at that time, my utility, Consumers Energy, had a special program where they purchased all the power from a system. And so I have a 12-year contract, two years left in the contract where I sell all my power to Consumers Energy at a very good rate. Then I decided last year, since the 30% federal tax credit was going to start going down, to add in some additional solar. So this was a 2.17 kilowatt system, rooftop on top of the roofing, and is in the Consumers Energy net metering program. But net metering, as probably most of you know, is where if you have excess power, basically that goes on the grid and your utility gives you a bill credit. This is my first system, roof integrated, and there's 21 60-watt panels. It has a good orientation, southern orientation, but there were some shading issues. As you can see in one of the pictures there, there's some shading on the bottom of the roofing there, and so that's why I went with a relatively small system. Now the whole issue with re-roofing, actually the timing worked out pretty good because my shingles were over 20 years old. They were in pretty good condition, but I decided to re-roof at the same time that I had this roof integrated system put in. And Luma Resources, a company in Oakland County in Michigan, actually had diversified into solar, and they were originally a roofing company, and so I hired them to basically both re-roof my roof and also add in the solar system. Now, just this last year, I put on a more traditional rooftop system as 2.17 kilowatts. These are 7 310-watt panels, monocrystalline. Now, the picture to the left there actually shows what they originally proposed, which was 10 panels. Consumers Energy, when they did their calculations, decided it would produce more power than I could net meter with. Because in most net metering situations, you can't really end up having a system that produces more power than you use. So I ended up with the 4 panels facing toward the southeast, and then 3 panels facing toward the northwest. And like I indicated, part of the reason I have a 13-year payback is for this system, it's not an ideal orientation. Now, one consideration for me was the aesthetics, and so that's why I initially went with the roof integrated system, which you can see in the picture to the left is the light blue. And then I decided I had this higher roof area where I could install these 7 panels, which really aren't visible from the street. And so I was able to kind of maintain, I think, a good appearance for my house. Just a word about inverters. For my first system, I had a central inverter, which wasn't ideal because of the shading issues, because with a central inverter and a single line, single circuit, um, uh, basically shading in some of the panels will affect production from the other panels. My new system has the micro inverters, and so that's a non-issue. And that's the end of my tour, and I've been here very happy with both of my systems. And thank you for coming to the tour.